Hi families, it's Amy here. I wanted to make a little video to show you how to set up a visual schedule and a structured teaching station at home. Now I'm going to show you in the classroom, and you may not have the same setup. I'm also going to send home a social story about virtual learning, and in there there's a picture of how my son at home has his setup because we have a much smaller space. So you'll need to get creative, maybe a card table, maybe a small desk in the corner of a bedroom, someplace where you can store all the materials and have the visual schedule. And let me tell you a little bit first about the philosophy behind these structured learning systems. Children with autism often learn visually, and they respond better to visual and written directions than they do to auditory directions. And this kind of a visual schedule and a structured teaching station can help them become more independent as well. So I am making some things for you to have at home, and I'm going to send everybody is going to get 2 baskets, an in and an out basket, and a visual schedule with schedule cards that you'll be able to arrange. And you're going to want to set it up depending on how your child works. And you can conference with me, and if I've worked with your child, I can give you a lot of pointers. I will be working with the receiving teacher, the sending teacher, to find out about my new students too. So the visual schedule, sometimes you will have like 2 work items and then something fun, and then 2 work items and something fun. Some children can do like 20 minutes to half an hour worth of work before they get to a reward, but you always want to have a reward at the end. So here's how it works in the classroom. So we have an inbox for the work that has to be done, and then we have an outbox for the work that's finished. And you want to set things up like in the direction that we would read, from left to right. So and the visual schedule starts from the top to the bottom. So in this schedule, the student is going to start with math work. So they take this off, put it in the little finished box, and then come over here, and the math is here. So in a structured teaching station, the kids know exactly what's expected, how much work is expected, and when am I finished. So they come over here and do that math work. You have all the materials that the student needs right here to do the math work. And then when they're finished, they put the math work into the finished box and come back to the schedule. The next thing on this schedule says coloring. So depending on the setup of your room, as much as you can get movement into this routine is great. So in our classroom, a kid would leave and go to the coloring station. But here, we're going to come over here, and there's a coloring bin right in the desk, and it will have a little coloring sheet with the crayons. The child will do the coloring, put it in the finished bin, come to the desk. The next thing here we have on our schedule is snack time. So we'll go to the kitchen, have our snack, put it in the finished box. After snack, come back to language arts. So while the child is having their snack, that gives you the time that you need to put the reading materials into the basket. So language arts is next. Take it off the schedule. Come over here, read the book, do the language arts, put it in the finished. I'm rushing through this, it should take a lot longer. And the next thing will be my virtual class. So we have put in some brain breaks and things between. So in case the kid is finished with their asynchronous work, before it's time for the visual class, they will have a chance to do a little exercise or something. And then come over here, little icon for the computer, for my virtual class. Help your child log in to the virtual class, and then they have virtual class with us. When that's finished, come back over. You've had a chance to put a worksheet in here. The child will do their worksheet. And then the very last thing on the schedule is the reward. This schedule has toy train. So now I get to go play with my toy train. And that is a little bit about how to use a structured teaching, a structured workstation, and a visual schedule. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me. I will also be sending out a social story And I really look forward to seeing you all.